Seidel, who is standing by at the Twin Cities, has been standing in the snow and the sleet. Mike, you're telling us, is it freezing rain now?
That's right, Rich. It's completely gone over from sleet, which we had all morning, to freezing rain, and a pretty decent freezing rain event right now. Temperatures, fortunately, are slowly climbing towards freezing. Right now, looking at the official thermometer over on the hotel, it's reading 31 degrees. Somewhere about a degree or two below freezing would probably be the average around the Twin Cities. We had a little bit of snow last night, Rich. Now we've had so far about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of sleet. It's been primarily a sleet storm, and now the freezing rain. The roadways are not in too bad a shape. The plows were out before it even started really coming down hard after midnight, salting and sanding. They come by here on Interstate 494 about every 20 or 25 minutes. And as you can see, traffic is moving, but there is not a real lot of traffic on the highways. Less than on a typical day, a typical Friday afternoon or Friday late morning here in the Twin Cities. I think a lot of people are just staying home and not having to deal with this first wintry event of the season. Earlier, 494 westbound towards 35W was a parking lot just a couple of hours ago, but now everything's cleared up. And with more people staying home, there's likely to be less spin-outs and fewer accidents this afternoon.
Mike, as we look at our latest information here, we're looking at all the different levels of the atmosphere, of course, and there appears to be a whole lot of warm air streaming up above you. So that's why we've seen that snow change over to sleet and freezing rain. And we have some good news. We expect some freezing rain. We're just wondering with the highway conditions. You said school is actually in today. Is there any plans for maybe schools or businesses letting out early if this freezing rain continues?
I would kind of doubt it, because this is, after all, Minnesota, and this is really not a big deal. Most schools open 2 hours late. There were a few closures I noticed on the local newscast, but most schools open 2 hours late. I think a lot of people are just kind of getting used to driving in this kind of weather for the first time this season in Minneapolis. But although a lot of people are staying home, I noticed the Mall of America, which is about a block away, which is the biggest mall on the planet, is open and doing business, and there are people over there shopping. I guess the snow and sleet and freezing rain putting everybody in the Christmas shopping season. So life is pretty much going on as normal here in the Twin Cities, but a lot of people, as I mentioned, are not dealing with the highways because of the slush on the roadways. But I want to remind you, it's not a sheet of ice here, it's primarily slush, and now that it's raining, even though it's theoretically freezing rain, they have loaded down these roadways with salt, and with temperatures at 31 and some of the radiation still getting through these clouds, even though you can't see the sun, this black asphalt soaks it up. So there is really not a serious problem on the roadways right now, as long as you take it nice and easy and give yourself plenty of braking room.
All right, thanks, Mike. Some good points made there.